People say invest in water. I say invest in sand, dude. I mean, forget Dogecoin, homie. Sand is the future. I mean, it's all around us, bro. It's so cheap.
Pretty sure everyone did forget Dogecoin, Jay.
I still got a few.
But why am I here?
Bro, I told you, I finally found the playoff line. You and Connor were talking about it last week, so I was out here finding it, and it's here, dude.
The playoff line? Connor and I were totally messing around. There's not an actual line that LAFC has to cross.
Oh, hey, there it is.
Is that what I think it is?
It is what you think it is. Do you believe me now? It's beautiful. And you know what? I ain't gonna cross it.
Whoa. Don't just cross a playoff line.
Why not, dude? I found it. I don't care if it's cheating. This is for my team, bro. Let's go. Hey, what the? Damn thing keeps moving, bro.
Jay, I tried to tell you, no one just crosses a playoff line. You have to earn it.
We'll see about that.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, he actually did find it all right, but he doesn't get that he can't just cross it.
Well, I'm sitting at the studio. Do you think you guys could maybe come back? We got a show to do?
Cool, we'll see you there.
I think I fractured my cox's pinche line. Ow.
Hello everyone, welcome to another new episode of the 110 Football Show in partnership with Adidas. I'm Vince LaRosa, she is Jessica Black, and we have a jam-packed show for you this week.
No hashtag banter this week, Vince. Let's just get straight into the highlights.
All right, Jess, this was a wild one, so let's help people kind of figure all this out. It was a crazy game.
Well, we'll attempt to.
You got the 9/11 badge on there, you've got the Kick Childhood Cancer, that's a good-looking kit.
Definitely, 100%. Loving it.
Were you in your seat yet?
Yeah, I'm sure.
If you weren't, 20 seconds in, this happened.
Fastest goal in LAFC history?
Fastest goal in LAFC history, 8th fastest goal in MLS history, and it's Chicho. It had to be that, man.
If you blinked, you didn't see it.
Yeah, you didn't see it. Good play from Matt Weston and Duke to set that up. But then we went back to a little bit of our old ways. This is a bad giveaway that results in...
We have to clean this up, Vince. These are the type of mistakes that cost you playoffs and cost you cups. We have to clean that up.
And Kralak only scores worldies against us. This is ridiculous.
Right.
But back to this man again. We're gonna talk more about him later, but that's just a great header, great spot for him.
He's electric. He's really changing our way of play, his hold-up play, his ability to beat a man. He's been wonderful since coming to LAFC.
Racing up those team goal scoring charts.
Here we
Another
go again.
bad pass. Yeah, here we go again is right. I think Tomas could have done better here.
100%. He needs to come out a little bit sooner and be a little bit closer and be more aggressive. Definitely something to watch, but again, he's young.
He's young, but just more decisive.
Exactly.
And then this literally could be the moment that our entire season hinges on.
Could you imagine, like, what kind of, no luck to all the luck?
At the right time.
Exactly.
We'll take it now. We'll take it now instead of early in the season. So
exactly.
If we can ride this kind of luck into the playoffs and beyond, who knows? This is a nice moment. You're killing off the game, and then maybe the dagger here.
And who started that play? Chicho.
Chicho with his hold-up play.
Exactly. And
love
we'll
the
take
singing.
it. 3-2.
All right, they said it couldn't be done beating a team 3 times in one season, but now we take on another team. Can we beat them 3 times in one season?
Why not?
Well, let's take a look. Looking to go perfect 3 out of 3 against another team.
Exactly.
And get a 3-game winning streak. 3 is the magic number. I feel like I'm doing Sesame Street.
Coming out looking nice, sharp. Those
Very
away
captain.
kits. Yeah.
We had to wait 55 minutes for anything to happen in this game?
That tells you a lot about that.
Yeah, it was a choppy game. And this is a bad decision. But that's a midfielder / forward defending in a box.
100%. Much better penalty this time from Chicho, right?
Yeah, they all count the same, but I like seeing a little smoother.
Yeah, for
cool
sure.
Motorcycle celebration. I think that's a motorcycle. Or maybe kangaroos?
I'm not sure what that is.
I'm not sure what this is. That's not defending.
Poor defending. If you have so much space in your back 3, what do you have? Back
not
0?
Not back 3.
Yeah, we definitely have to clean this up. I feel like I'm saying this every week, though.
But after that, Bob makes some changes. We change formation, we bring on some different players, and then this happens.
Instant impact from the tactical shift from Bob Bradley here, clinical finishing, something we've been asking for, and we got it.
Sharp play in transition, clinical finishing is something we've always thought with LAFC. We didn't get it a lot of the year, but we needed it in the most pivotal moment here.
Exactly. 2-1.
2-1, 3 wins all in a row. What does that mean for the standings? Oh,
Look at us.
We have in fact found that playoff line. It's not in the desert. It's on our screen. And LAFC is just above it. Let's see those lowly guys below us, though. Let's see who we're waving to.
Womp womp.
Ooh. Tough for Texas. And the Quakes dropped down a little more, but these are teams we still have to take points off of.
Exactly. We definitely should take points off of these teams and keep ticking our way up that table.
Jess, do you know what comes in threes?
What?
Evidently wins against RSL, wins against Austin, and now a 3-game winning streak, which has us above the playoff line. Actually, speaking of playoff lines, Jay, are you back? Hey, Jay's back. Jay, did you find the playoff line, and can you please tell us what's coming up on the show?
I don't want to talk about the playoff line right now because I'm very kind of clamped about the whole situation. But all I got to say is 3 wins in a row. Take that, McConkey. All right. Coming up, Max will help us look ahead to the Rumble in Rip City. Vince and Jess give their players to watch, and we take a look at a local business in need that's a part of our Black and Gold familia. But first, Jess and Vince are gonna do a deep dive on the Colombian bestia, my man, Chicho Arango. Let's go!
Okay, Vince, not the prettiest game in Austin for anyone, but our newest striker did play well against RSL. What are we looking at here?
We're going to talk about Chicho Arango and how he's raced up LAFC's scoring charts. He's scored in the last 4 games. He's a traditional number 9, but he's doing some things that you and I really like, some of the finer details. So let's just dive right into Chicho. This is the goal against RSL, and let's stop it right here. I love this because he recognizes in this moment there's a gap in space, exactly, and he can play there, he can play here. He could even bump it back to Ibiaga if he wants and then turn and go. But as we run it, I'm gonna let you take over here because this is real traditional number 9 play.
Yeah, he holds it up, finds the pass, and gets into the box for an easy tap in or an easy header. And that's what you're looking for is kind of both assets of the game.
And he just stays alive there. Like
Yeah.
the center backs have no access to him. And that's what makes it almost tap-in-esque. But let's take a
Exactly.
look at another part of his play. This is gonna be a little bit of hold-up play, spins the guy, and then this is his presence of mind. This is where he's a little bit different. And let's stop it right here. Because he understands, he looks across the field.
This
It's
is his nearest
4v2.
man here.
Yeah, there's no access to
Yeah,
that man,
he's
right?
not, yeah.
So what he decides is, as we run it, I'll win a foul.
That's so smart. Get something for your team in that instance. You know, at this point, we're not looking at a goal, but at least you get a corner or a foul or something. That's the way you can help your team, even though you're not scoring a goal.
And that led to a yellow card, which changes the way they play.
Exactly.
More traditional number 9 hold-up play.
So I want to stop it here just for a second because I think this is where we kind of talk about that best of both worlds. Definitely a traditional 9, but with something a little bit special. Right up here, I mean, he's gonna split these 2 defenders and then be pretty much in for a nice cutback in here. For me, that's really different. Most number 9s want to just kind of exist in the box. He can do a little bit more than that.
Right, if you're gonna give it to him, he's not just gonna lay back and take he's gonna take everything, right?
Exactly.
This is real traditional hold-up play. We've been defending for a long period of time. It's a long outlet pass. He's able to make the ball stick. That gets the defense out, right? So now we can get out, we can get rest, but then it turns right from getting rest to attack.
Exactly. A little bit of an outlet when you're under the cosh a little bit or you're under pressure. You just want to be able to have somebody that you can look up, find their feet, and he's that guy.
And low-key, that was like an underrated slip pass. I know Kim really wanted that pass, and we've talked about it,
Yes.
but that was a pretty good pass. Okay, as we turn our attention to Portland, my podcaster in crime, Max Bredos, is gonna help us get ready for this round versus the Timbers in Maxin Relaxin.
Greetings, everyone. I know we're all getting ready for a big game Sunday in Portland against those hated Timbers. You see, this fixture, and they'll play again in 10 days' time down in Los Angeles, is much bigger than it would have been a few weeks ago because you see, both these teams are struggling. Portland, pressure on the coaches, pressure on the players, and then 3-game winning streak, they're in the playoff positions. LAFC, struggling. 3-game winning streak, they're now in the playoff positions. A lot of reasons for these change of fortunes, but I have a theory. You see, on August the 19th, Guns N' Roses performed at Banc of California Stadium. They haven't lost since. 3 days later, Guns N' Roses performed at the Moda Center in Portland. Timbers have not lost since. You see, you get a good band. Remember they had the Tifo? The 3252 knew. It's good hoodoo. Take me down to Paradise City where the grass is green and the girls are pretty. That doesn't make any sense, but this segment does. Let's go LAFC.
110 Football in partnership with Adidas.
Valeri brings it down. Diego has scored 2 minutes in. It's time for Diego Rossi. Has Vela in the middle. Oh, what a goal! Rossi to Vela, as we have seen so many times. In towards Mora.
Well, 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 would you look at that? All is right with the world, Jess, because your boy is back at the top of the Players to Watch rankings this week, thanks to Chicho Arango and Albert Rusnak.
Good for you, Vince. However, I didn't play last week, and I have the picks to beat this week, so here we go. My first pick is going to be Felipe Mora, the 28-year-old Chilean striker for Portland. He scored quite a bit of goals, has quite a bit of assists, and for an LAFC team who I think is still giving up too many goals, this is the guy that I would say maybe you want to watch him.
Yeah, like in the 94th minute when there's a throw-in in your end and
Vince,
you get a tie
we'll get to
going.
your picks. You don't have to rush it. You don't have to rush it. This is my time.
I just want to point out that you're always picking LAFC killers.
Yeah, this is true, but I think that's the easiest way probably to play the game, right? So my second choice, well, my LAFC choice is going to be Eduardo Atuesta. He's one of the most influential players for LAFC, and he really stepped up as a kind of a captain figure, and he's basically doing what we've asked him to do. He may not be your go-to guy for goals and assists, but I do think off of corners, and maybe if Mamadou Fall plays, you have an opportunity to get some points there with his assists. So Eduardo Atuesta is definitely going to be my second choice, and yeah, let's see what happens there.
Well, I'm with you. I really hope that Eduardo Atuesta plays. I know he's a little ankle tweak, but he is so important to everything that LAFC does. For Portland, I have Sebastian Blanco. Talk about a guy that had an injury, pretty bad ACL injury. He's finally back to his own. I think he's finally in the groove of things. He actually is kind of taking a little bit of the spotlight of another LAFC killer, Diego Valeri, but I think Sebastian Blanco is a guy that's so pivotal to their success. They like to get out and run in transition. He's going to be the one leading the break against LAFC, so they're going to have to keep an eye on him, passing to Mora probably. And then from LAFC's side, I'm going with the hot hand, Raito, Brian Rodriguez. He was so good in that Galaxy game, and it's not just that game though. He was building up to that Galaxy game, and then he got those 2 goals. Went off to Uruguay, which you'd think maybe he'd be tired from, but he was so pivotal for Uruguay. I think he's just going to be just filled with confidence. I'm going to count on it. I need him to be filled with confidence, and I think he's going to continue to score goals because I think he's finally found some end product. So those are my 2 players to watch.
Yeah, well, I would say that mine are probably the better, but we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens.
That's why we do this little contest, right?
Exactly. So we have a Walker Zimmerman, signed photo is still up for grabs, so don't forget to get your picks in before kickoff this weekend. Check out 110 Football's social media channels for all the details.
Awesome. I'm pretty sure that picture is like right before he scored the game winner against RSL. But let's turn our attention from contests and prizes to doing something good in the black and gold community. Eddie Ortiz is an LAFC season ticket member and co-owner of Holy Grounds Coffee Shop. It's just minutes away from the team's training facility. Since 2012, Holy Grounds has been a spot for the local community to enjoy ethically sourced coffee, tea, and treats.
But Holy Grounds is more than just a coffee shop. It's a creative space for artists and musicians with its beautiful outdoor patio. Unfortunately, due to renovations, the back patio has been silent for some time. 110 Football is looking to change that by bringing this to the attention of our LAFC family.
That's right, guys. We've set up a GoFundMe page to help fund Holy Grounds renovations and bring music back to that patio. The show put in $500 to kick things off, and we'll be covering all fees associated with the donations. So have a look at this feature, learn more about Holy Grounds, and please consider donating to help an independently owned black and gold business.
I envision Holy Grounds to continue to be a place where the community, can feel safe, can enjoy a great cup of coffee, great pastries. My name is Eddie Ortiz. I'm the general manager and owner of Holy Grounds Coffee and Tea. We wanted a product to be consistent, so we decided to partner up with Gaviña & Sons. We carry 4 of their different types of beans. I would have to say that our signature drink is definitely the café de olla, and it consists of cinnamon, piloncillo, orange peel. It's definitely a customer favorite. From the very beginning, we partnered up with Homeboy Bakery. You know, their coffee cake is a staple for a lot of people who went to school here. A lot of our customers know it as the LAUSD coffee cake, so I think that's why it's also one of the favorites. I'm trying to get as many as my family members involved in the shop. I've been fortunate that we have a pastry chef in the family.
My name's Jacqueline Gonzalez, and I'm a pastry chef for Holy Grounds Coffee and Tea. Growing up as a child, I loved watching my grandma in the kitchen, and I just fell in love with cooking and baking. And I've known I wanted to do this since I was like 10 years old. I love regular food, but baking patisserie is just so much prettier. My whole family loves anything citrus, so when I first made or introduced the lemon cream, right away they were like, this needs to go on something, whether it's a tart, a pie, something. So that's how we made our little lemon tarts.
I would probably say that her vegan brownie is a big hit, even among non-vegans.
Our vegan brownie has a speculoos frosting on it, and people just go crazy over that. We constantly have to make that on a daily basis.
Nourishment, community, and culture are our core values. Holy Grounds achieves its values through the community work that we do, working with local artists and vendors, bringing in the culture of our community. We've been very fortunate to work with many local artists, some well-known. Alfonso Aceves, for example, who also designed our logo. You know, we've had the pleasure of working with this entire family. Pablo Teo, who's also a local artist, has also graced our shop, like so many others. Portion of our patio is still being renovated. That's the space that is usually reserved for our community activities, art workshops. In the past, we used to have musicians and spoken word events there. At Holy Grounds, we aim to minimize our carbon footprint, so we try to recycle, reuse, repurpose as much as possible. If you look around our patio, a lot of what goes into the patio is found material and recyclable materials. In order to be able to use the back patio permitted, we'll need to add a second restroom just to accommodate for the foot traffic. So back in 2011, I had the distinguished pleasure of being named the MLS Works Community Service recipient, and it was just based on the community work that I did with running soccer leagues for underserved youth. I've been fortunate to have paired up with the LAFC Foundation, and we've been able to invite families to receive food boxes during Thanksgiving and during the holiday season. I like to think that I'm a true fan. I enjoy watching the team. I enjoy how the team got started, how they've involved the community. We get a lot of customers coming in here, you know, especially around game day, wearing the LAFC colors and gear. So we started baking an LAFC cookie just to show our support for a lot of the fans. I'm excited to see LAFC starting to turn their season around. I hope to see them in playoffs. You know, it's fun to see them win. You know, I think LAFC has really done an amazing job in bringing the community together. So we really like to be a part of that.
Look, guys, I have to give a shout out to our crew after watching that because that feature was gorgeous and it was all for a good cause. One of the most incredible things about being a fan of this team is that the way we support our own and our community.
Yeah, 100%. It's even just the places that you go in between games, you know, the coffee shops that you go to when LAFC is not playing, and just knowing that the people that maybe work there or own those places may be LAFC fans as well, and that's how community and club works together.
Yeah, it's a full-time gig, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. And once again, scan that QR code on your screen right now to donate. Any amount helps. All right, it's time for Latif Blessing's favorite segment. You would know that if you watched the show last week. In this week's Lesser is More, Eli has turned his attention to the international game.
Is he advocating for Kellen Acosta maybe to make a move to Europe? Because if he is, I'm loving it.
Not quite, but everybody has a take on the U.S. men's national team as they start World Cup qualifying, and Eli is not going to be left out. Is all going to plan for Greg Berhalter's squad? Well, Eli has thoughts.
The USMNT just wrapped up their first 2022 World Cup qualifying matches against El Salvador, Canada, and Honduras. They drew the first two, but they had a 4-1 comeback victory against Honduras on the road to wrap it up. This feels way too much like 2018 when the US failed to qualify for the World Cup because they thought they were superior to other CONCACAF teams. Remember the old saying I just made up? Lack of preparation, intensity, and effort leads to uninspired play? That's dope! I should make t-shirts. Uninspired play was the theme of the first two matches and the first half against Honduras when the boys were down 1-0. Worst part, as a fan, seeing the US win 2 tourneys over the summer, both against rival Mexico, just to return to blah play. You should have seen all the Greg Berhalter stuff on Twitter. Okay, now, fast forward to the second half of the Honduras match. Berhalter made 3 subs at halftime, and they made an immediate impact, scoring 4 unanswered goals, getting the victory, and a possible 5 out of 9 points. Not the dream scenario, but I'll take it. So, who stepped up and who stepped off? Let's start with the ballers. Ricardo Pepi, 1 goal and 2 assists. Miles Robinson, next level elite 1v1 defending. And then, of course, the goalkeeper, Matt Turner, or as I like to call him, Matt Torney. He only conceded 2 goals across 3 matches, really solidifying himself as the US #1. Okay, now the disappointments. Christian Pulisic, highly ineffective, constantly dribbling into defenders. Josh Sargent, virtually no presence in the attacking third in all 3 matches. And then Sean Brooks, so shaky in the first half against Honduras that he was subbed off at the half. That's not very good. And Weston McKennie being suspended 2 matches for breaking team and COVID protocols. Yikes. Notice a trend here? All 3 MLS players stepped up, while the guys from Europe's top leagues kinda sucked. The Eurostars who came in with their positions locked up did not get the job done. Sure, McKennie and Pulisic are considered stars in Europe, but they were outstaged by MLS players. To me, this shows tremendous growth for MLS. But I don't care what club you play for. Let the hungriest, most capable guys represent the national team. Representing your country is the highest honor in soccer. And we need guys who are willing to fight to make it to Qatar next year. Not just fly there first class and come home with a bag of losses.
Well, we did it, Vince.
We did. That was a busy show, jam-packed show. But Jess, do you care to come to Portland with me?
If you buy me a donut, I'll go.
Easy enough request. All right, we'll both be with you 30 minutes ahead of kick at Providence Park on Sunday for away days on the LAFC app.
And immediately after the final whistle for the instant reaction post-game on the 110 YouTube channel.
Hey, did we make the playoff line or what? Because I'm not looking for it again, bro. That was crazy.
Well, you didn't bring it back.
I didn't bring it back, but I did bring back you a special little treat in the fridge from that time I stole your lunch.
Is this I'm not gonna die again, am I?
Maybe.
He could be trying to poison you. This is weird.
Vince has died 6 times on the show, by the way, in case you haven't been keeping tally. I'm waiting for number 7. Let's go!
Oh, you gotta earn the playoffs. Why you gotta earn things? Why can't you just take them like back in the day, like the Vikings and the Pirates did when they wanted something? They just took it. They earned it. They didn't earn the playoffs. If I catch that playoff line, I'm gonna take it. So hungry, bro. It's hot out here, dude. When is it gonna end? Wait a minute. Is that a Panera Bread? I love that place. Time for some soup.
Hey guys, hit that like button. Don't forget to subscribe and touch the bell. No one knows what it does, but it seems provocative.